Hello and welcome to BuffSports Live. I'm Jack Carlo alongside Christina Robin. Christina, are you excited for the show today?
Yes, I am. We have a busy show today. We'll talk about basketball, lacrosse, signing day, and much more.
Let's start with the hot shooting men's basketball game against UCLA. Coming off a career night from Tyler Bay in the win against Oregon, it was Shane Gatling's turn to ignite the Buffs. It was all Colorado early. They took a 20-8 lead with some stellar shooting. As Tad Boyle put it, the Buffs were pregnant with threes. Junior Shane Gatling shot 7 of 9 from the three-point line, and a total of 4 Buffs scored double-digit points. Tyler Bay, of course, grabbed another double-double. Colorado cruised to an 84-73 victory, and Boyle's Buffaloes have seemed to hit their stride here in February.
That win against UCLA comes after the Buffs blew out Oregon here at home. Tyler Bay was a perfect 9 for 9 from the field with 27 points in 27 minutes. Adding 10 rebounds for the double-double, Oregon star player Bol Bol was unavailable. He's out for the season with a left foot injury. Colorado beat Oregon 73-51.
While men's hoops stayed triumphant, JR's women's team experienced some pain against the juggernaut Oregon Ducks, losing by 59 points in Eugene, not 60. Oregon outscored CU 30-0 in points off of turnovers. Colorado could not seem to get into a smooth offensive tempo the entire game. Team leader Maya Hollingshed still somehow dominated in a cold season with 17 points and 10 total rebounds. CU has now fallen to 0-10 in conference play for the first time in the school's history. They'll have a chance this weekend to try to get that first Pac-12 win.
That's right, the women are still looking for their first conference win. Hosting the Los Angeles schools tonight and Sunday, Colorado will likely still be without their superstar Kennedy Leonard. In what's been a tough season for the senior, but Maya Hollingshed has picked up the slack offensively, averaging more than 11 points per game. UCLA is ranked 5th in the Pac-12 with a 6-4 record in the conference.
For the men, after an extra day off in Los Angeles, Colorado will look for the road sweep on Saturday and their third straight dub. If Wednesday was any indication, Tyler Bay and Shane Gatling should be big factors.
In December, the University of Colorado announced that Mel Tucker would replace Mike McIntyre as the head football coach here at CU. Tucker came to Colorado after spending 2 years as the defensive coordinator at Georgia, spending 10 years in the NFL and coaching under legends like Nick Saban, Jim Tressel, and Kirby Smart. Vinay Simlot sat down with Coach Tucker to learn more.
Yeah, Mel Tucker was announced as the new head coach of Colorado just 2 months ago. Since then, he's been recruiting nonstop, but we were able to sit down with Coach Tucker for a few minutes on Wednesday, and we learned about his coaching style, his outlook on the team, and computers. But we started with recruiting. What is the message you send to recruits when they're coming here?
This is one of the most beautiful places in America to live, to go to school. It's a great academic institution. From a football standpoint, we have some of the best facilities in the country. These facilities are incredible, brand new. The weight room is awesome. It's functional. The indoor facility is second to none. We have great experience on our staff. We have diversity on our staff. Our guys are very energetic. They're very genuine people. They're easy to talk to. They're very positive. And what you see is what you get, and I think that's what players are looking for.
I was sitting at my barber shop when I was getting my hair cut shortly after you got hired, and my barber said to me, how is this guy who's been in the SEC going to be able to coach these California guys who don't know hard-nosed football like back east? Do you agree with that? Do you think that's true about the Pac-12?
No, I don't believe that. I believe that there's hard-nosed football players everywhere, and it's our job to identify those guys and recruit them and sign them and get them to come to Colorado, and that's what we plan to do.
We'll have more of that interview with Coach Mel Tucker later on in the show.
You heard about Coach Tucker's recruiting strategy. Now hear how it turned out. On Wednesday, the Colorado football team finalized their 2019 recruiting class.
They found players all across the country to join the Savage season in 2019. Here's the smartest man in all of sports, Jack Stern, with more.
Following his hiring 2 months ago, head football coach Mel Tucker has a lot on his plate. Signing day happened this week and Tucker came into the program later in the recruiting process. Still, he was able to sign some intriguing prospects. In the final 2 weeks, the former Georgia defensive coordinator secured 9 new players. After the final signing day, Colorado has a conference-high 25 signees. The class was highlighted by Levante Chenault, brother of Buff superstar LaVisca. Although many of the guys were under-the-radar recruits, Tucker said he wasn't concerned about how many stars someone has. It's about how they fit into the program and the foundation they're trying to build. The younger Chenault has lofty expectations to live up to, but Tucker said he has to create his own legacy here at CU. However, the recruiting process never ends for this staff. They'll be back on the road in Texas and California in a few weeks, securing guys for the 2020 and 2021 class. I'm Jack Stern with this signing day special edition. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Jack. In his outstanding performance against UCLA, Shane Gatling made 7 3-point shots. For our trivia question this week, we ask, when was the last time a Buff made 7 3-pointers? We'll have the answer for you at the end of the show.
Well, it looks like we've hit that part of the Well, it looks like we've hit that part of the show again where we need a break. But first this week, we're going to incorporate a new segment, Dad Jokes. Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
Because it was cold on the course?
No, in case he got a hole in one.
Anyway, coming up, we'll be back with Buff Banter, celebrating girls and women in sports later this weekend.
Plus, we'll have more of that interview with Mel Tucker later in the show. I'm so
And we'll be right back on BuffSports Live.
3, 2, 1, we're clear.
Hey Rach, have you heard about the BuffSports Live desk troll?
There's no such thing, Jake.
Oh my god. In 1992, he bit an anchor's foot clean off during the show.
No way.
She mispronounced a name! We're back on BuffSports Live. Unbelievable women's basketball game last night.
Wendy D. Kennard was amazeballs.
Well, the show must go on. She had a triple-double in 60 minutes of play as the Buffs went on to win.
It's the greatest mascot in college athletics. I'm voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson, and you're watching Buff Sports Live.
I'm James Marulis, and this is Buff Banner. In honor of Women's Athlete Week here at CU, these are 3 players that really stand out. 3-time Olympian Jenny Simpson, who now coaches the track team, really left her mark on the University of Colorado. Simpson is the IAAF 2011 500-meter world champion and won the Diamond League crown in 2014 in the 1500-meter event. At one point, she also earned the world's #1 ranking in the 1500 meters. Simpson won 4 NCAA championships and also broke 6 NCAA records. She was named the first female recipient of the Bowerman Award as well. Not only did Jenny Simpson leave her mark on CU, but so did Olympian Emma Coburn. At the 2017 World Champions in London, Coburn won the 3,000-meter steeplechase, breaking her own American record. Coburn is still helping out as an assistant coach for the track team. Coburn ran the fastest American women's 3,000-meter steeplechase time at Glasgow and won her 3rd U.S. title there. Coburn qualified for the Summer Olympic Games in 2012 after winning the U.S. Olympic team trials in the steeplechase. On the hardwood, though, Shelly Sheets capped her career by being named CU's first and only All-American, which she did in 1995. She's finished her career as CU's 2nd all-time leading scorer and 3-pointers made, as well as 2nd all-time assist. I'm James Marios, back to you at the desk.
The University of Colorado ski team finished second at the New Mexico Invitational. The Buffs went back and forth with Pac-12 rival Utah, falling in the end by just 14.5 points, but did rack up 9 top 10 performances on the day, 6 in Nordic and 3 in Alpine. After the Buffs edged the Utes by 6.5 points at the Montana State Invitational, the two teams are now just separated by 8 points combined over the last 2 meets.
In other winter news, the men's club hockey team bus broke down on the way to North Dakota yesterday. Here's a clip from Matt Adams showing the bus being towed by to their first of 3 matches. Number 19 Colorado lost to the number 18 Jamestown Jimmies last night, 2-3. Nate Cepeda scored first for Colorado with 9 seconds left in the first period. The team faces number 11 Minot State tonight and tomorrow, if they can find a few more trucks to get them there.
The CU women's golf team finished 16th this past weekend during the Northrop Grumman Invitational tournament out in Palos Verdes. The course was challenging, even without the drastic weather conditions. Christy Hodgkins finished tied for 34, shooting 12 over par for the weekend. Andrea Lee from Stanford finished with a 1-stroke lead. The Buffs' next tournament is on February 18th and 19th in Las Vegas.
The men's golf team is in tropical Hawaii for the Ameri Intercollegiate. The tournament started yesterday and is still continuing today. After the first round, Colorado was in 8th place, turning out an 8 under par. Danielle O'Loughlin led Colorado's shooting with a 68, 4 under par. The second round started at 10:30 this morning.
The women's lacrosse team begins their season tomorrow, here at home against Florida. Lena Takahashi tells us about the lacrosse team's preparation for this season.
Lacrosse season has officially begun. Coach Elliott, now officially Coach Whitten, congratulations to her on that, held a press conference on Wednesday, and she is certainly excited for this upcoming season, as are we. The Buffs are currently ranked 17th in the IWLCA poll and will start their season off this Saturday against the number 6th ranked Florida Gators, an opponent that the Buffs lost to last season in the NCAA championships. Coach Whitten emphasized the importance of the game this Saturday that'll prepare the team for their conference play.
And I think for this team in particular, that was a tough loss for us. We did a lot of things well, and Florida was just the better team that day that at the end of the game made the plays that they needed to, and we couldn't play 60 minutes.
The team scrimmaged against Northwestern last week that helped them prepare for Saturday's upcoming game, hopefully. Senior attacker Sophie Castillo knows the potential of her team and is excited to make this season even better than the last.
But I think this year we just want to take it a step further than we've been doing the past few years. I mean, we've made it to the tournament, but I think getting past where we have been past and hopefully winning a Pac-12 championship is definitely in there somewhere, kind of just being the best team we can be overall.
Over the past 4 years, Darby Kiernan put the team on her back as Colorado's all-time career points leader and the record-setting draw control specialist. Coach Whitten expressed that the team will certainly miss her, but she said that one player won't be able to just replace Kiernan.
When you're looking at losing someone like that, you don't replace them with one person, and we haven't tried to do that. I think we have a lot of players on this team that can step up in many different ways and replace, little pieces of what we've lost in her. And I think that's a really exciting part for this team in particular is it's not about one person or 2 people. It's really about all of them.
The game this Saturday against the Florida Gators will take place at noon on the Kittredge Field. Hope to see you all there, Buffs. I'm Lena Takahashi. Back to you.
Wow, Coach Ann Elliott got married this offseason. Congratulations to her.
Yeah, that is great news. Speaking of coaches, we've got more of Vinay's interview coming up after the break.
We are the University of Colorado sailing team and still the only college sailing team in Colorado. Last year we traveled to 5 regattas and hosted our own using a fleet we bought with community support.
This year we're raising money to purchase a safety boat that will take care of our sailors and lead effective practices to get them in tip-top shape to kick stern at regattas.
Weather changes happen quickly in Colorado, so we need to be prepared in case anyone ends up in the water. A safety boat with a proper engine will help make sure we can get people and boats to safety in the event of a capsize.
Safety is our team's top priority, and this boat will help us prepare for worst-case scenarios. This boat will put us on track for being the safest, the fastest, and the most effective team in our conference.
Donate today to help us reach our $4,000 goal and get CU Sailing motivated. Share to everyone you know to spread the word. With your help, we will be on our way to be a safer and more successful program.
We're back with more of Renee's interview with new Colorado football coach Mel Tucker. In part 2 of the interview, we get to know more about Coach Tucker.
Who is Mel Tucker?
Who is Mel Tucker? I'm a Capricorn, 47 years old, January 4th. I got about 15 pounds I have to lose after the recruiting cycle here. And married, 19 years to my wife JoJo. Had 2 boys, Joseph, who was 16. He's a junior in high school, and then Christian, who's 14. Joseph plays soccer. Christian is lacrosse and football. And they both have a birthday coming up February 18th.
They're twins?
They're not twins, they're 2 years apart.
But same day?
Same day.
Wow.
It's called organization and attention to detail. You know, let's get it done.
Tucker hopes to bring that same organization and attention to detail to Colorado, reforming a football team that's had 1 winning season over the last 15 years and just 2 Pac-12 wins in the last 2 years. Despite the past, Tucker says this Colorado team has the talent to win now.
I think the team is eager. We have a lot of good players on the roster. The cupboards aren't bare. We have a good young nucleus, and the guys are ready to work. And so I really appreciate the attitude they've had so far, and I'm just looking forward to working with them in spring ball.
What is it about football that you enjoy so much?
I love the teamwork. And I've always been a part of a team, and I really appreciate that. It's very special when you can get a large group of guys to come together to reach a common goal, and that's what really football is all about.
Do you have any hobbies? What do you do for fun outside of football?
I don't have any hobbies right now. I'm a little bit of a gadget guy.
Uh-huh.
I think I like gadgets and computer stuff. I'm a little bit of a closet computer nerd.
Oh, really?
So to speak. But I'm semi-retired from the game of golf, but from what I've been told, I've got to break the sticks back out. So we'll see how that goes, and it's probably a safety issue for the people that play with me more than anything else. But if I'm not working, I'm usually just with my family, just chilling out.
The closet computer nerd, Mel Tucker. Who'd have thought it? Fortunately, I didn't have my computer with me. I was thinking a little one-on-one coding action, me versus Coach Mel. Name the time and the place, Coach. Guys, back to you.
The women's tennis picked up its first doubles point of the season to roll to a 5-2 victory over the University of Montana in the Courtside Classic at the University of Minnesota. All of the matches the Buffaloes won came without giving up a single set, the first time this season. The Buffs have 5 days off before taking on Northern Colorado at home on February 9th.
The CU Buffs track and field program broke a pair of school records and numerous records in the final day of the 2019 CU Invitational. Senior Gabby Scott was the main factor in the records being broken, as she broke a 22-year-old school record in the women's 400-meter dash. Scott also joined forces with Valerie Welsh, Danny Johnson, and Irania Henderson as the group broke the 4x400-meter relay record by 4 seconds. What a great day for the Buffs. Are you guys ready for some more dad jokes?
Really? Another one? Don't you think viewers want to hear about Philip Lindsay testifying for Colorado athletic trainers to be licensed?
Yes, actually. I heard he is running for president.
You sure about that, Chuck?
Pretty sure.
You heard it here first, folks. Lindsay 2020. Now on to rapid fire. After the break.
Taking off, the patented tongue comes out. Just in front of that line. Look at this, the double clutch, the reach out. Pass on left wing, looks behind him, wide open, right wing, up top, open for 3, fires.
I'm Gracie Leslie, and this is Rapid Fire. We're going to start off the weekend with the CU track and field team competing in Colorado Springs at the Mountain Lion Invitational. The women's lacrosse team plays this Saturday at noon, and we have high hopes this season as the Buffs are ranked nationally and second in the Pac-12. Also, on Saturday, as you can see, we have the women's tennis team playing against the UNC Bears. After winning their last match at Montana, we plan to keep these wins going. And to wrap up this weekend, we have the women's basketball team playing at home against the USC Trojans. So head on over and support your local Buffs. Let's make it a great weekend, Buffs. That's all this week, and back to you.
Shane Gatling made 7 3-point shots. For our trivia question this week, we ask you, when was the last time a Buff made 7 3-pointers? The answer, Richard Roby back in 2005 against Kansas State. That's pretty impressive.
After a show of laughs, heartbreaks, and a double Chenault, we sadly have to part ways.
That's right, Buffs. This ship is sinking as we have seemed to hit an iceberg with this weather and need to say goodbye.
But Jack, don't let go.
I'll never let go.
See you next week, Buffs.